think I'll leave it up to the chairman earlier to have named everybody. I can't remember everyone's name. But to the chiefs, to the community elders, director of education, my friend Mr. Kwashi, to the community, the school, the headmaster, parents and students, I say welcome. I say welcome. I don't have to talk about the feeding program or uniforms, thank God. Okay, I'm going to tell you about a guy who comes from the United States, why I'm here. What am I doing here? So I'll tell you a little bit about me. Some stories, and a lot of gratitude. It begins and ends with gratitude. So I say thank God for this beautiful day. Thank God for bringing me to this day and this community to this wonderful occasion. God brought me here to this country 30 years ago, exactly today, 30 years ago. I came to Ghana, and I'm still here. I'm still here 25 trips later. I'm still here in Ghana. And why? Because I fell in love with this country. And why? The people. It's about the people. The people are warm. They're friendly. They're inviting. I think Ghanaian's favorite phrase is "you are invited." And you always, as a foreigner, feel you are invited. It is a beautiful country, a welcoming country, a country with many needs. And we've heard them this morning. Educational needs, many, many, many needs. Needs somewhat different than the United States, some similar to the United States and Europe, but many different. And I was overwhelmed when I came to Ghana of these vast needs. When I went to an orphanage nearly 6 years ago in Pando, I saw the needs of the Ghanaian children now through maybe a different lens. I saw the most vulnerable population, a population of trafficked children, orphan children, and their needs. And I had a sense that I needed to find a way to address their needs. What do children ask for when you first meet a child? What does a child ask you for? They want food. But tomorrow, where is that food? The food is gone. They wanted shirts and shoes and school bags. But a few weeks later, what happened to those shirts and school bags? They're gone. They're gone. And I left that orphanage with a sense of, what can I give these children? What can I give them, not for their today, but for their tomorrow? What can I give them that will last with them forever? The great Nelson Mandela, the late South African president, said it best. Education is the greatest weapon we can use to change the world. Education is the greatest weapon we can use to change the world. And so I understood when I left that orphanage what I needed to do. And it created the vision for a charity called Hope for Ghana. It was the vision of this NGO, Hope for Ghana, bringing children a tomorrow, not just the needs of today, the school bags and the rice, and those things are important. We all need those things for today, but we need a tomorrow. I'm reminded here in this land, we have many differences, right? Our language is different. I can barely pronounce words in Ewe, let alone Tui. Our culture is different, our customs are different, but at the end of the day, I truly believe we are all the same. We're all the same. What do we want? We want a tomorrow. We want hope. We want an opportunity. We want a chance to dream. And so that is Hope for Ghana. An opportunity to bring to children educational tools. As Nelson Mandela said, let's give them education. Let's give them an opportunity for tomorrow. And why? Why do we do this? Why? Because we're investing in a future. Who are these children? They're the future of our country. They're the future of our world, aren't they? Mr. Kwashi, the next director of education, may be sitting in this village. Togbigawu, the next chief, may be right here in one of these classrooms. The next president of Ghana, not in your election coming up in December, but the next one in many years, God willing, may be one of these children. So that's why we invest in these children. So who is Hope for Ghana? Who is it? It's not Steve Greene. It's not about Steve Greene. It's about people from all over the world that believe in the same vision, believe in the vision of education. As we've heard this morning, education is vital for one's future. So Hope for Ghana is hundreds and hundreds of donors from all over the world, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I come from, Chicago, from Germany to Switzerland. People from all over this world who believe in the future of these Ghanaian children. People who love these Ghanaian children, want these children to be able to reach their potential. And that's what it's all about. I want to tell you a couple of stories just to illustrate what's going on with Hope for Ghana. I don't receive donations of millions of dollars. I don't receive those kinds of donations. Let me tell you who donates to Hope for Ghana. A young boy named Richard, when he was 6 years old, came down to the breakfast table and told his mother, "Mama, I want to give every bit of my money in his little bank, his little toy bank. I want to give that money to the children of Ghana. I want to give it to Dr. Greene's children in Ghana." He gave every last penny in his bank to donate to one of Hope for Ghana's libraries. That's what Hope for Ghana is about. A young 7-year-old girl, Ashley, donated everything from her birthday party. She didn't want gifts for herself. In America, the children can often get gifts that are for them. She said to her guests, "No, I want you to donate books, school supplies to the children of Ghana." And I did. I brought all of those gifts last year to Ghana. That's what Hope for Ghana is about. A young man named Justin, a 16-year-old boy at a fundraiser, gave me $1 in an envelope. My favorite donation because it was probably the last dollar he had in his pocket. I didn't need $1 million from him. His $1 was worth $1 million for me because what it said to me is from his heart that he gave everything he had to these children. Why? Because he loves them. And everyone around the world is thinking about these children right now. They follow my story. They follow the story of Hope for Ghana on Facebook and through my website. And they are praying for these children. Why invest in education? Mr. Kwashi, you told me last year a horrible statistic, and tell me if I'm quoting it right, that maybe 2% of Ghanaian children can read and comprehend. It's startling. It's startling. And so it speaks to the need for what Hope for Ghana is doing. We are bringing libraries and computer labs to answer that question, to give kids a chance to read, to give them an opportunity. Why this school, though? Why did I pick this school? 6 months ago, you'll remember, there was a beautiful presentation pleading with Hope for Ghana that Ashiata Basic School should be the next school. Your speech was beautiful, but I don't know that it was your speech that made me come here. Yeah. And I don't know that it was your speech either that made me come here. There was a woman, I don't remember her name. She said, "Today is a life-changing day." Was she a teacher, maybe? "Today is a life-changing day. Today, there is hope." It was because of her that I am here today in this school. Today is indeed a day of hope. Hope for Ghana leaves behind in the school a beautiful library and computer lab that we're going to see in a few minutes. In that library are thousands of storybooks, textbooks, encyclopedias, books that give kids a chance to imagine, to dream, to be creative, to think outside their world, to give them knowledge. And with knowledge comes understanding. And isn't understanding desperately needed in our world today? A computer lab not with internet, but filled with learning software, encyclopedias, programs for math, science, reading, everything. A person could sit in front of that computer and get a university-level education, I promise you, if they avail themselves of it. Let me tell you what else is in that library. It's not a Ghanaian custom to decorate your libraries. Not at all. So I brought a little bit of America, a little bit of Pittsburgh to Ghana. So you'll see when you go into the library, 2 beautiful pieces of artwork. So I want to acknowledge the people that donated this. Many donations come to me. I get donations of books and clothing, pens, toothpaste. I get many donations, but two very special donations I want to mention because you'll see them when we walk into the library. A church, a Catholic church, St. Bruno Catholic Church of Greensburg, donated a beautiful, you'll see, you can't miss it, a beautiful striking canvas piece of artwork. It's made by their children. Each of the children contributed to it. It's an inspirational canvas with words, you'll see hope and faith and learning. Beautiful piece of canvas. So I thank the children at St. Bruno Catholic Church for their donation of two pieces of artwork, one here and one at Anloga RC. And then a second piece of artwork is beautiful, a Pittsburgh artist, wonderful Christian man who's studying to be a preacher and is also an artist. His name is Cody. Cody Sable donated two pieces of artwork. One is at Tegby RC, and one you'll see here. It's the face of a lion, with inspired by his Christian ministry. So you'll appreciate those. I want to mention quickly how Hope for Ghana has affected so many people. It not only leaves behind libraries and computer labs at Tegby RC, Tegby Agbejofor, Anloga RC, and now here. One of my libraries was dedicated in memory of a young girl, a young 16-year-old girl, Elena Hassan, who died at the age of 16 of leukemia. Her family last month had the wonderful occasion to come to Ghana for the first time, was touched by Ghana, got to see their daughter's library, and wants to return. So that's what Hope for Ghana is about. At Anloga RC, I dedicated that last library to a man named Fritz Cameron. Fritz Cameron, in fact, has a Ghanaian son. This week, I met his son, Carlos. Carlos got to see the memorial to his father and for the first time got to meet his natural Ghanaian mother. So beautiful stories are coming from Hope for Ghana. I don't do this alone. I don't do this alone, though I stand here alone today. I have the wonderful opportunity to be a messenger. I told you, a messenger for my donors, a messenger of Hope for Ghana that gets to leave behind this beautiful gift, but I don't do this alone. We have a phrase in America, the blood, sweat, and tears of a project. You know that phrase, blood, sweat, and tears? It's a metaphor, so I don't know if you know it in Ghana. Blood, sweat, and tears is the labor that you put into it, the hard labor you put into a project. It's the workmanship. It's really the essence of how a project gets to be finished. So I want to thank several people because I don't do this alone. I have a team here in Ghana. And in life, you surround yourself with good people. I've learned that. You surround yourself with faithful people, committed people. So I want to introduce a few people. Gustav, my mason, come forward. This is Gustav. Gustav is my mason, my painter, my dear friend. Shall we say maybe a manager? Right. Robert, where are you? My electrician. That's it. Robert brings in electricity where there's no electricity sometimes. He creates, I don't know how, magic. Ghana magic. He just creates electricity. He is the essence of the electrical needs of our computer lab, our ventilation and our lighting. Jijom. Jijom tirelessly carves out the tables, the bookshelves, wall-to-wall bookshelves, immaculately, amazingly, artistically. These, is Enek here, by the way? My welder Enek, is he here today? Enek, no, maybe not, but I want to pay tribute to Enek, my welder. This is my team. These are my family. This is the labor of Hope for Ghana. I don't do this. They do this. So you'll thank them when we see the library. You don't have to thank me. You thank these men who slept in that library day and night to work endlessly for it. So I thank you. I want to thank two other people. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. You see two people in front of me. You don't know them, I don't think. This boy is my brother, one of my favorite people on this planet. This is Felix Nyadro, a dear friend of mine who I couldn't do this project without. Also my photographer. So I thank him. You'll thank him on the way out. And this man came in this morning. I called him last week to tell him I'm back in Ghana. This man is Thomas from ZTV, all right, ZTV in Accra. Early this morning, he said to me, Steve, I have to be at this commissioning. I have to. He did a story a year ago, right? A year and a half ago, February of 2015. He did a story in the Elena Hassan Library, a beautiful story that was featured. So I welcome you. I thank you for coming here in the early hours of the morning for me. I thank you. So, I told you about these people who donated. I told you about Richard who gave his last pennies. You owe Richard a debt, don't you? You have a debt to pay to Richard. You know what the debt is. You have to use what is left behind. Okay? There are books, there are computer softwares, there is so much information that you can avail yourselves of, but I beg the teachers and the students to use it. Use it, make something of it, and I promise you, it will create a brighter future. So I end with gratitude. I pray that we all should walk with faithfulness and humility, that God should bless us with good health, and that we should leave every situation we come to, every place and every person we come to, a little better than they were before. May God bless Ghana, God bless the United States of America, and to all around the world who share this vision of a better tomorrow for the children of Ghana. God bless us all. Thank you.